making a video about the area. Do you by chance have free time right now that you could walk me around a little bit? Wow. Oh, damn. Holy cow. Better than I envisioned it to be in here. I'm surprised by that. Oh my gosh. No way. This is gorgeous. Bye. Wow. I just started this video and I was walking on the sidewalk and I ran into somebody who lives here. Her name was Betty, and she walked me around for 45 minutes in this community, and what she told me shocked me. It left me in awe, and I cannot wait to share this community with you because it is one that I have not seen in any other place in not only just Salem, but in Oregon in general. My name is Clarity Odd, and I'm a local real estate broker here in Salem, Oregon, making videos for you, my future clients who are relocating to Salem. If you want to work with us in the home buying process, go down to the description of this video where you're going to find all of our contact information. Reach out so that we can help you. We are exploring the Agrihood and sustainable neighborhood of Pringle Creek, which is located in South Salem, more specifically in the Morningside area of town. Here we can see it on my free Google Salem neighborhood map guide, where you have access. If you go to the description of this video, you're going to find this exact map. And I've created it for you to catalog the neighborhoods and sections of Salem that I talk about. So if you click on this, you're going to see that it pops up with the exact video that references the neighborhood. All right, let's jump right in and start our walking tour of this beautiful, sustainable neighborhood here in Salem. All right, so we're walking over to a free seed library. So here we have free seeds. This is very similar. We have little mini book libraries throughout Salem, and this is the same concept where you can come get some free seeds. All right, so I'm going to turn this around because I want you to see these beautiful glass houses. This is where they grow all of their produce. The chickens used to live on the other side of this glass house. Got more garden over here. They also have bees here that make honey, but they also pollinate, which is of course great for all of the vegetation that they're growing. I'm gonna go into the glass house, one of the two, because this is just gorgeous. So I'm walking through, I'm gonna flip the camera around. Look at that. We have carrots over here. We've got tomato and basil. And this is all produce that goes back to the community that community members can purchase. So you don't have to leave this area to go get your produce. If you did, you would only have to travel 10 minutes to your nearest grocery store. But if you didn't want to leave, you wouldn't necessarily have to. And that big old bush up there, those are tomatoes. I mean, it's amazing. So there's two of these glass houses. All of the members have access to come in here anytime that they want. We've got basil. It's just a really beautiful, beautiful area. So I've just walked into the libation station, which is what my new friend Betty called it. And you know, this is an area where people get together and hang out and drink wine. And that sounds pretty dang nice, doesn't it? All right, so I'm all about the positives. This lifestyle seems fucking amazing. I'm on board. I'm like, okay, husband, let's move. I've already moved in here in my head. But I do want to mention some of the drawbacks that Betty mentioned to me, because I think it's important for you to have a balanced review, right? I could just say a lot of great things about this community, but one of the drawbacks is that this community is in its infancy stages. So there's still new construction going on, right? That's a little bit disruptive in terms of the noise. But also just the community development and management. It sounds like from what Betty was saying, it's still in its developmental stages, which makes sense. This community is not even fully constructed yet, so there is a lot of growth and potential to be had in this community. There is also an HOA in this community. It depends on where you purchase a home in here, but the lowest HOA is $140 a month. By the time you watch this video, that amount could have gone up, so don't hold me to it. But that's a pretty fair price for an HOA, especially for everything that you get within this community. Why people are choosing this community time and time again, it's very clear that people choose this community because of the lifestyle, the sustainability approach, and the community-centered values. On a practical level, this community is so close to the highway, to downtown Salem, to your groceries, to your Costco. It's only about 10 minutes away. So I normally say that everything is 20 minutes away in Salem. This community, it's probably 10 minutes to everything. One other drawback I do want to mention, which is location specific, is you are close to the Salem airport, so you are going to have airport noise. The other thing you're close to is the train tracks here in Salem. So when a train goes through, you can hear it. All right, let's hop in the car and drive around a bit so you can get a better understanding of the area and the type of homes that are available here. As we drive along here, I'm going to narrate some additional details that Betty mentioned to me when she was so graciously walking me around this community. I want to really emphasize that this is a community built around lifestyle. It is a community that has a orchard, which is right there on the right-hand side. It's a community that fosters getting connected with the land and your neighbors. And through the next, 5-10 years, it has a big vision for where this community is, projected to go. So the community garden is going to continue doing its thing, but they have talked about creating a farmer's market in some of these older buildings that are just kind of left standing, which we're coming up on right now. There's been talk about that building on the right-hand side becoming a coffee and a wine bar. And so there's a lot of discussion about how they can improve this community throughout the future years. And I strongly believe that, give it 10 years and this community will have a strong emphasis on a commercial center and a hub of activity that just draws people in. Right now, this lifestyle living, it's very kin to Serenbees, if you're familiar with that, or an Agrihood, which is an agricultural neighborhood. That is the best way to describe this community. And what we're seeing now is it's just in its infancy stages. It is being developed and it's being, grown and hashed out. So we are now we're going to cross over Pringle Creek, and we're going to go into one of the older phase developments of this community. So this little pocket here, this was one of the original section of homes that were developed in Pringle Creek, and they're a little bit bigger. They have a little bit more yard space, and this is a really tucked away part of the community. You wouldn't necessarily know that it was here unless you were directed that way or you had been there before. But since this original phase was developed, just the style of homes that have come in there and the builders that have come in to, really execute the plans, they have done an amazing job. So you're going to find townhomes, detached homes. Some of the townhomes even have apartments over the garages. The layout of this community is so centered around walkability, being friends with your neighbors, community living, gardening, having green spaces. It is a very well thought out community that lends to a beautiful lifestyle that you really don't get the opportunity to see now when we think or see new construction developments. So as you see here, there is new development, that white building straight ahead, that's a new apartment building. These two buildings on either side, they are currently under construction. So this is a developing community. So if you're interested in this community and getting in on the ground level, I cannot recommend it enough. We are going to walk through some of the recently sold homes in this community. At the time of filming this, unfortunately, there were no homes available to physically go in and show you around. So we're going to do the next best option and hop on the internet to check out some of these homes. One of the great features of the Pringle Creek community is the style and variety in home that you can get. So Stafford, who is the builder, is known for kind of this farmhouse, modern farmhouse style. And this home is in the older subdivision that was one of the original subdivisions there. It's super cute, as you can see. These homes are all known to be more open concept living. Oh, that's cute. Here's a little photo of their libation station, which we were earlier checking out. Here is the glass house. There's where the chickens are. Very cute. Ooh, this right here, this is a great thing to talk about. It potentially is going to become a cafe or a coffee shop. It used to be at first when this community was developed, and right now it's an event space that the local residents can have gatherings in. There's an arts and craft club that meets in here. They have their Thursday night potluck that they meet in here. It's really cute. Betty was telling me that they have the leftover Thursday night potluck. So every Thursday, the community gets together and brings all of their leftovers and mingles over here. So right now, this is more of just an event space. Okay, here is a good example of a new construction home. When you see this rendering, this is not a photo, this is a computer generated image, and this is indicative of new construction homes. So when you see something similar to this, just know it's new construction, but you know, this is what the home actually looks like. This home right here is over 1,600 square feet, 4-bed, 2.5 bath. So that's a decent size house. But I do want to point out some of the other types of homes that they have available. This is a new construction townhome. Right here you can see this kind of slew of colors. This is going to be the color palette for the interior of the house. Stafford's doing a really great job in constructing more townhomes. So you can see these are, you know, 2 townhomes side by side, but they are putting up these 3-plexes, which we just drove by in our driving tour. Here's another resale home. This house, surprisingly, it looks kind of big on the outside, right? But it is 972 square feet, 2-bed, 2-bath. This is another resale, open concept, great example of the style of home that you can find here. The last home that I want to point out is this little guy. One of the great aspects of the Pringle Creek community is that it has such a large variety of homes. This guy, 362 square feet. So it's not technically a tiny home. It physically is tiny, but this is a home that it's on its own property. It's not on a trailer or anything like that, but it is tiny home living. I want you to be mindful that there are so many different styles of homes that you can get in this area. So it's not one size fits all. There's a lot of variety. Now, I do want to mention quickly Stafford, the builder. You can see their little logo right there. Stafford is a really great local company. It is not a big box builder like Lennar or D.H. Horton. This is a local builder and they do a really great job. One of you, my internet friends turned clients, you just purchased a home in this community from Stafford, and I was asking my client, you know, what was your experience from the client's perspective about working with this builder? They absolutely loved their experience. They got a really cute welcome home basket with a toolbox in it and some wine. And on the agent side, I had a great time working with the builder as well. So really great company to be working with in Salem if you're looking for new construction. Now here's the outline. This blue line is the outline of the Pringle Creek community. It is petite, it's not super big. And this empty spot here, this is where there's an open field. We were driving by and you could kind of see it earlier, but this is where, you know, they're going to have potentially more of a commercial presence, where maybe you're going to have your cafe over here and a farmer's market in this area. So there is a lot of potential for that commerce to come in. There's a lot of open space, and it's just going to be a community that grows and grows, and is one that I'm really excited to get my clients into and continue to watch them develop. I hope you get a better understanding between kind of everything that we've been talking about and walking around, driving around. I hope you can get a better feel for the lifestyle that you could have in this community. This is a community that is unparalleled to anything else I've ever seen in Salem, in Portland, in Eugene, and Corvallis. I haven't seen any place like this. It's very unique. And if this is a community that you're like, oh my God, yes, I want that type of lifestyle, reach out so that we can help get you into this community. There are new construction homes going up right now. We want to help you get into this lifestyle, so don't forget to go down to the description here, reach out so that we can work with you in the home buying process.